Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone. For drivers who want to get the most out of their cars, it's Bridgestone or nothing. Dow Automotive Systems, improving durability and increasing design flexibility with Betamate structural adhesives at dowbetamate.com. And by Hyundai. Experience the 2011 Hyundai Sonata today at HyundaiSonata.com.
This is Autoline Daily for September 2nd, 2011, and here's your daily update of what's going on in the automotive industry. Well, were we pleasantly surprised to see the sales numbers for the month of August in the U.S. market? Despite the talk of a double-dip recession, sagging employment numbers, and the impact of a major hurricane, these numbers actually look pretty good, and a couple of automakers put down some pretty impressive numbers. Total sales for the month came in at just over 1 million units, up over 3% compared to last year, but also up compared to the previous month. The SAAR was 12.1 million, but GM and Ford are holding to their forecast that sales for the year will top 13 million units. In fact, yesterday, Ford announced it will increase fourth quarter production by 9%. Chrysler reported the largest sales gain for all the full-line manufacturers, with sales up almost 26% over last year and up 16% compared to July. That's thanks to very strong sales at Jeep, Ram, and Chrysler, but Dodge passenger cars were surprisingly weak. Nissan also had a strong month with sales up more than 14%, but Honda and Toyota are still suffering from a lack of inventory. Their sales were down, though once again the Toyota Camry managed to be the best-selling car in America. But you want to know the biggest surprise of all? SUVs, especially mid-size SUVs, saw the biggest sales gain of any segment. Speaking of mid-size SUVs, the Honda Pilot has always been a capable vehicle, if a little homely. For 2012, it's getting a minor facelift. Designers grafted on a new 3-bar chrome grille and retooled the lower fascia. The interior has been mildly gone over as well. The buttons on the IP were changed to make things easier to use, and more legible gauges have been installed. Not much has changed mechanically, but front-wheel drive models get 2 more miles per gallon on the highway, up to 25 mpgs. Look for the 2012 Honda Pilot at dealerships right now. Audi is set to reveal an all-electric concept car at the Frankfurt Motor Show. At only 3.8 meters in length, that's only about 12.5 feet, the A2 is really small. Other than a few exterior dimensions, the company is not sharing any mechanical details about it. But we do know it will have a flat floor, recycled interior materials, and special LED headlamps with something known as a matrix beam. Apparently, the lights contain micro reflectors, which create a high-resolution, non-glaring light beam. Hey, that's their words, not mine. Look for more details in about 2 weeks. Last month, we reported that Chrysler is slashing the base price of the 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now the company's doing the same thing for the Dodge Journey. For 2012, the starting price of the Journey is just under $19,000, a drop of more than $3,000. That excludes destination charges. It features a new suspension, a new V6, and a redesigned interior. The 2012 Journey is on sale right now. Last week, Libyan rebels made their way into Muammar Gaddafi's elaborate compound, and one of the items they took from the so-called Lion of the Desert was a customized electric version of the Fiat 500. Some of the changes the quirky leader made to the car was replacing the Fiat logo on the hood with a black map of Africa with Libya highlighted in green, and the interior features the image of a tribal leader who fought Italian troops in the 20s and 30s. Gaddafi spent $150,000 for his customized ride, but old Mo ain't gonna ride it no more. Coming up next, a look at the latest trend in collecting classic cars.
I got this one, old man.
For drivers who want to get the most out of their cars, it's Bridgestone or nothing.
On Autoline this week, my guests are Ken Lingenfelter from Lingenfelter Performance, who's also an avid car collector, We also have McKeel Haggerty from Haggerty Insurance. This show is all about collecting classic cars, like what to avoid and what to go after. In the following clip, McKeel Haggerty talks about one of the newest trends he's picked up on that could actually save you a lot of money if you're interested in a classic car.
Buying a car that was restored a few years ago is often, the best way to go, because that person probably went through all those decisions. They replaced everything. They did a lot of the work. So you get the benefit of that, and probably for not all the money. But there's another trend that's happening out there right now that's, I think, is kind of exciting, and that is in sort of preservation class cars, cars that are unrestored. And they're absolutely not as shiny and perfect as a lot of these gleaming, new restorations. And they show signs of wear. The seats might be cracked. There's, cracks in the paint. But it's kind of a new aesthetic. It's an aesthetic that the Europeans love. Europeans, they hate restored cars generally. They love cars with a little bit of wear. And Americans are starting to buy into that. And there's some great opportunities for, an American collector who wants to get in at an affordable level. You can buy a car and don't restore it. Just maintain it, make it run, get out there and enjoy it. It will never be, it's original. And it has all those great signs of wear. You don't have to go restore it to show condition.
Isn't that like vintage furniture too? If you restored it, you just destroyed the value. You need that patina of history to show how authentic it is.
A car can only be original once. And it's not for everyone, but it's definitely sort of a new avenue of collecting. You take a car that may not have been the top end car from the 60s or 70s even, and just use it, enjoy it. Unless it's absolutely trashed and it needs to be restored even lightly, you can have a great time, just as you would in a freshly restored car, and you won't have all that money in it.
You can watch that entire episode of Autoline This Week at our website, www.autoline.tv. And don't forget to tune into a live broadcast of Roundabout tonight. The crew will tell you how a kid throwing stones off an overpass learned a painful lesson, and they'll count down the most botched car launches ever. Be there at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time with guests Chris Sawyer and Al Vinokur from thevirtualdriver.com. Also, a programming note here, Monday is a holiday in the United States. It's Labor Day, where we honor working men and women by trying not to do any work at all. We here at Autoline will honor that tradition, so we will not be here on Monday. So have a great weekend, and we'll see you back here next Tuesday.